Adesina Koiki here in Charlotte, North Carolina for ACC Operation Basketball, and I am now joined by Adam Smith of the Virginia Tech Hokies. And first of all, Adam, thank you so very much for joining us. How's your experience at ACC Basketball Media Days?
Thanks for having me. It's awesome, man. It's a great experience, a great atmosphere. Just happy to be here representing Virginia Tech.
Now, Buzz Williams also representing Virginia Tech as the new head coach. What have you learned from Buzz Williams so far in his first few months on the job in Blacksburg?
So much, man. Probably more about life than about basketball, honestly. You know, the first few weeks he was in Blacksburg, we had like maybe 10 meetings, all about just life and off the court type stuff. So, I mean, that's the thing about Coach Buzz Williams. You know, you learn a lot just from listening to him and just being around him. If anybody ever gets a chance to shadow Coach Buzz Williams, do it.
How do you think those meetings and talking about life and that perspective translates onto the basketball court?
And that's the thing. Like, I think he's a philosopher. He relates life and basketball so well. He'll draw it out with like maybe an 8-minute story, but in the end, it all ties together.
During the first 6-7 minutes of the story, are you zoning out and then you get it at the very end, or are you attentive right at the very beginning of the story, even if you don't know where the car is going?
Right. Yeah, it's funny because at first, I think when I first met him, I would kind of zone out because I didn't think it was about nothing. But after a while, you know, after story after story, it kind of every one of his stories has a message. So you have to listen because you want to receive what he's trying to, you know what I'm saying, give to you. And so, yeah, I mean, you just got to pay attention. Most new people who come around and hear his stories, they like, what is he talking about? Like, where's this guy going? But it's all good stuff, man. It's all really important stuff.
And going into this season, it's essentially a rebuilding, trying to get Virginia Tech back to the days of, you know, Seth Greenberg and even before him, going into the NCAA tournament, I believe, in 1996. What are going to be the most important steps in terms of building that program on the basketball court back to being one of the pretty good teams in the ACC and contending for NCAA tournament berths?
Well, I think the key word is building. You know what I'm saying? It's just taking steps every day. I think that's going to be the key, man. We got to just take steps on the court and off the court, you know, get players in from, you know, recruiting-wise. And with the team that's here, you know, work hard on the court every day and just get better, man. And it's a slow process, but if you take a step, you know, step by step, day by day, you'll get there eventually.
Specifically, talk about the steps that you've taken during this offseason.
Just working hard, man. Just like I said, on the court and off the court. Really trying to get a feel for what Coach Buzz Williams and his staff is trying to, you know, do with the team. I feel like I'm a leader on the team, so I feel like that's important to my role, man. Just understanding what they're trying to implement, understanding how the players are feeling, you know, my teammates, and you know, skill-wise, just bringing something to the table every day, man.
Do you lead more by example? Do you lead more by voice? Talk about how you show and exude your leadership.
Yeah, I've never been much of a vocal leader. I've always just kind of been kind of quiet, always led by example. But I think that's another step that I'm trying to, you know, take forward, leading by, you know, vocally and, you know, talking to the players, relating. If somebody's not telling, you know, somebody's not doing something right, telling them what to do. Sometimes it takes yelling. Sometimes it just takes, you know, kind of talking to them like I'm talking to you now. So, yeah, I would say at this point, both now, lead by example and lead vocally.
What are the expectations for this Hokie team this season?
Make noise. You know what I'm saying? Everyone, you know, we're picked at the bottom of the conference. And, of course, we don't think we're that. You know, we embrace being the underdog. So just kind of, you know, proving ourselves right as opposed to proving everybody wrong. I feel like that's important.
Prove yourself right instead of proving everyone else wrong. Is that something Buzz taught you, or is that yourself?
That's me right there. That's on the spot.
You're a philosopher too, right?
Somewhat.
Adam Smith of the Virginia Tech Hokies, thank you so very much for joining us. Best of luck and success to you and the Hokies in 2014-2015.
All right, thanks for having me.